This is Edgar. If you hear rustling around, it's him. What's cracking, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Honda Recap. I want to go ahead and kick this off because I have some cool ideas and some cool news for episode 100. Let's go. What's cracking, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Honda Recap. I hope you guys like that new intro. It's kind of to move forward on a couple new ideas that I have for the channel, for the recap specifically moving forward. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up and that bell so you're notified every Monday night at 6 p.m. West Coast time when this airs right here. The basic thing I wanted to say is thank you all for a lot of the encouragement and a lot of the things that went on from my last little rant I went on last week about how to get sponsored. I got hit up by a lot of people asking me, thanking me in some ways for kind of breaking that down, or also like the fact that, you know, not a lot of people are actually thinking about sponsorships and working with companies that same exact way. But I appreciate everybody who hit me up. I put a lot of effort into making that and actually getting there on Instagram because I wanted it to reach a wider audience. So thank you everybody who's reached out and said something positive about that. I kind of want to get into a new thing today where I wanted to kind of change the channel for the 100th episode because I wanted to change the format yet again, kind of phase 3 for what's been going on. I want to bring a lot of different things back into this recap, not just going over channels and maybe separating from going over channels and just kind of hanging out in the Honda community with everybody right now on a Monday night kind of show. So just go with that Thehondavlogs TV. What I really like to do is incorporate a lot more podcasts where I want to sit down with different people and kind of discuss a little bit behind the scenes of what it's like to be there, to be a YouTuber like them or their channel or their life, and kind of get into a little bit depth of what's going on with them and their life and behind the scenes as well. So I would like to put that into a little insert in the middle of the recap. Also with that, I still love to go over topics. So I got some different topics. Definitely let me know in the description below what things you'd like me to talk about, or give some insight on what topics you would like for me to talk about, kind of go over and things like that. Really excited to talk about more things with the public and kind of just go over some cool stuff that's going on in the community right now. But to segment into that, I'd also like to talk to other people, podcast style, longer format, and basically drop a little chunk of it right here in the recap for you to stay involved as well. And then the full podcast, I can move on and put on a different episode a little later on so you can watch the entire thing or just listen to the audio. I have a podcast going on basically right now. I use the Anchor FM app, and basically what that does is it pushes it to all the different networks. It's a little behind. I actually have to put up a lot more of these recaps on there. So if you look on Google Play, the Apple Store, and anywhere else you listen to podcasts, if you look up Honda Podcast, you will find the Thehondavlogs podcast or Honda Podcast. I'm really excited for that because I want to talk to a lot more people. Aside from that, I also want to bring back kind of slightly talking about different builds. I kind of want to incorporate a couple more different things within the show to kind of make this a lot longer format right here, so that way we can get past the 10 or 12 minute and maybe actually allow ourselves to talk about things in a super long format. You know what, like it's a late night TV show. If we can hit like 30 minutes of just hanging out, let me know in the description below. Another reason I really want to do this is because it's becoming very hard for me to be able to actually put out a recap every single week because I'm trying to work on my own car. I have life, I have work and things like that, and doing this on a weekly basis is starting to get a little rough, but I'm really happy that we actually hit 100 episodes. So I'm not fully there, but I am considering moving this to once every 2 weeks, but allowing us to get a bigger recap, talking with people, podcasts, more rants, more conversations, and more things to throw in here and actually make it closer to a network than anything else. Let me know what you guys think in the description below. Do you like the weekly format? Is bi-weekly an option too? What are you guys thinking as far as that? Anyways, guys, I'm really excited because this past week was actually SEMA, and there were some really cool Hondas out there. Obviously, Eric Cattell Racing took his EG Civic out there. Same with Raul from Checkered Sports. the Big Mike actually did a really nice video on Instagram, kind of walking around, talking about the car, and basically going over a lot of the details that went into building this car. Higgins Built actually took his car out there as well, so it's really exciting to see all of these cars and people that have built cars for a very long time sticking with their roots and building the car the way they feel like they wanted to be represented, and to kind of raise the bar from their past builds. So it's been really cool to watch a lot of the SEMA coverage, and especially behind the scenes of the Honda world at SEMA. I was listening to one of the podcasts with Frank Downstar, and he was kind of talking about watching some of these huge muscle cars that were out there and the amount of effort that was put into some of these SEMA builds, and to see that translate into Hondas was kind of incredible. I know Rywire took out his CRX, and just to kind of see the amount of detail that went into the import side of things to kind of match and or rival some of the bigger SEMA builds that went out there is kind of a giant feat to go off. So I'm really excited for all of these other guys that have been building builds and kind of working towards that. To create something to that level is really awesome, because it's going to escalate the import scene as far as what can be built and what should be built, and kind of like the standard of maybe where things should go as far as giant builds in the Honda import world. If you guys watched a lot of the SEMA coverage, let me know what some of your favorite builds were. They don't have to be imports. We can just have a conversation of what are some of the coolest cars you saw or products you saw out there at SEMA this year. All right, guys, with that said, I want to go ahead and kick this off with this week's recap, and I want to say happy birthday to Zosh, a big 2-4. Happy 24th, man. Every year you put out a little recap video of your own to kind of go over the things that you learned in the past year, whether it be personal, business, and or your car, and it's really cool to see your insight and you allowing people to enter that insight every single year. Props to you, man. Happy 24th. Following that, we got Young Static with the CRX build that just will not quit and keeps going. This guy is building it to hit 10s, getting everything set up, and it's really cool to watch you talk into the camera when it comes to wheel sizes and specs and how fast you can get with each tire, just to try to min-max and get as much as you can out of this CRX that you've built. I'm really excited to see the next couple track videos you come out with, man, because I know you're trying to hit 10s, and it's going to be awesome when you do. Following that, we got Chris Sadowski. He got a TIG machine, TIG welder out there, and he's been trying to work his effort at making a lot of new cool products, and one of the new ones he wanted to make was a catch can for his Del Sol, because he is getting a little bit of blow by, not so much blow by, but just excessive oiling in this. And what he's really wanted to do is go ahead and build himself a catch can that he has put in his Del Sol. It's really awesome to see your brain just kind of going at it with the welder, to see all of that effort that you've learned to take your welding to the next level, and to actually see you make parts for the Del Sol. Following that, we got Boosted Boys. Hitting 1,000 horsepower on the MR2 is just insane to watch everything you've done to finally get to this point, and to know that you hit 1,000 horsepower on 2 eBay turbos. Just a couple runs in, you guys broke like 980 horsepower, and you decided, all right, Moon Tune, we're going for it. And you hit 1,048, which I think is more than the Prelude. That's insane to watch this happen on a twin turbo MR2 K-Series. I'm really excited to see you actually drive this thing around, and I want to see this hit the track. Following that, we got Bodie Vision working on the wide body RSX. This thing has already gone through a couple incarnations of itself. I think you were going to go with the kit, then you swapped that into OEM style. Now we're kind of going back to the wide body, and you're showing us all the effort it takes to actually make this work at the highest level, with all the Bondo being put in. And we're excited to see how this is going to turn out, man. And I don't know what the next chassis you're going to work on is. Next up, we got Chris from Lazy Man Garage, helping another friend build a sick motor with the help of SB Machine Shop out there in San Bernardino. It's really cool to see you guys work so closely together, see the head arrive and everything that goes into the process of that head work. I'm really excited to see some footage of those guys out there at SB Machine Shop putting in the work for Chris, and always there to help your friends, man. It's so good. And even when a couple scenes you see the CRX in the backyard, and you know that, you know what, in time that is going to get worked on. Following that, we got Deadbeat Garage, seeing some final signs in the khaki Civic of actual life. I think we got hazards on, harnesses in, a lot of cool parts already put into the Civic. We're very, very close to seeing this start up and drive. It's been an incredible journey from building it to moving, building your garage to the way that you can actually work out of it, and getting the khaki Civic to actually have electronics working in the car. Any minute now, I know it's going to be a sick video watching it turn on. Following that, we got Steven Ocasio on the streets out there, showing you how things go down on the streets, stopping freeways, making races happen. It's really cool to see the behind the scenes of all of these races that have been going on, that you see on Instagram or that you see on YouTube, but to see somebody you know kind of go around and actually show you the behind the scenes of how things are actually happening, and is really, really awesome. I'd love to see more of these videos, Steven. Keep them up. Following that, we got Garage Built Hondas, finally building the dream garage out there. I think you have like 6 EFs in this garage now, 3 giant bay doors. He said he'd been saving for years, and I completely believe it, because in the latest video you actually see them build a giant garage in one day. I remember when you posted on Instagram the whole stories of this actually going down. I know it took like a couple days to get the foundation, but the literal garage went up in a single day. These guys definitely hustled, and I know you're excited to just to have all of your cars under one roof. All right, guys, last but not least, we've got Solarscape, getting the exhaust on the Del Sol. It kind of goes over his wheel choices and all the other stuff that he has for the Del Sol to actually get it ready for the track. I've been waiting for this build for a very, very long time, and it's really good to see you getting to the final steps of getting this car on the track. I see you actually have a set of 15x8s in the front of the Del Sol, which is a massive tire to literally get onto this car, and I really love to know what offset you have there. All right, guys, that's it for this episode of the Honda Recap. Thank you guys for tuning in yet again. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and that bell so you're notified when these videos come out. Like I said, I want to bring this out to a longer format, get some podcasts in here, get more news, get more events, kind of what's going on in the Honda world. Let me know what you guys think of the schedule, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.